Hello, everybody. For this week's technology challenge, I'm going to share some of my greatest learning moments and how I envision using technology to teach in the future. I'm going to start with an example of one of the assignments that we did because my greatest learning moments definitely came from the technology challenges that we did each week. They were difficult, especially the first couple weeks, but once I got the hang of how to use them, I found that my knowledge and skills around using technology greatly increased. I've definitely become more confident in using these resources, and it's opened up a new world for me because, in addition to using our Moodle and accessing things through the internet for our course, I've now learned how to utilize resources beyond things like PowerPoint and even the Google Classrooms or just the Google Suite in general, which I have toyed with a little bit professionally in my work at the elementary school. This assignment here that I'm looking at is our poster assignment that we were using, and I was very pleased with how some of my assignments turned out because they're things that I never thought I would be able to create before. And before we started this course, I felt like I could barely make a good PowerPoint presentation. So this has been a great learning experience, not only because it feels good to know this stuff from a academic perspective and for something I can use in the future, but as a current elementary level educator with a mandate to differentiate my instruction and to include more technology, this has been a real turning point for me. I've actually already started sharing some of what I've learned with colleagues and coordinating with my library media specialist who has access to all sorts of resources in this realm. And I plan to continue to work with her in the future to continue developing my skills because I think that would be a great resource, both again for my professional career now, my academic career, and whatever the future holds for me in terms of nursing education, which is something I would like to pursue once I'm done with this degree. Another thing I'm very pleased with is creating my own YouTube channel. Again, that's something I never thought I would do before. And here we are at the end of this course, and I know how to utilize this, at least enough to get some neat videos up there. So that was another great learning moment for me. As we've gone through this course, every single one of these that we do, I'm thinking to myself, how can I use this with my kids? And how would I use this as an instructor in the future? Here's an example of a couple of things that I actually already made within the last couple of weeks for my K through 3 students using things like Prezi and the Nearpod lessons. Those two in particular really stood out to me as great resources. I found them to be very user friendly, and I also found them to be good resources, not just to teach, but to learn too how to use this technology. As I go forward as an instructor, my little germ lesson here that I made for my kindergartner and first grade group, as I go forward teaching not just at the public education level that I'm at now with my little kids, but with adult learners in the future. I would certainly like to build on these skills and use, exactly what we learned in this course to create engaging, simple things to hook my learners, whether it's a simple introduction, which, watching our instructors like Dr. T or Dr. Kratzer use those in the beginning of some of our modules to introduce what they were doing. I saw that and thought, okay, this is a level that I don't think I could reach, but here we are, and now I feel like I can reach it. I love the idea of using stuff like that, and I love the idea of using something interactive to hook my learners, just to at least get them started on the path with the content that they're going to need to use, and to also just know how to answer their questions on how to use resources like this. Those are things that are becoming very tangible for me now that I'm excited about. So I'm glad that we had a chance to share that because it was a great way to reflect on what we've learned. And this week as a whole has been a great reflection. And I plan to take all of this stuff forward with me into the future, and I'm excited to use it. Thank you.